Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozorowski. Amy will join us a little bit later. It has been a wet day across most of our region, and Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl has a look at what's coming up closer to home.
Yeah, wet indeed. Now, we started mild before that cold front came through. Look at these highs, upper 60s to around 70 degrees, but these were set before the sun came up this morning. And then ever since, we've been dropping through the 40s. In fact, most of the day spent in the 40s. We've got cloudy conditions in La Crosse, some light rain showers scattered about, but the more persistent rains now south and east of La Crosse. So keep that in mind if you're heading out to a prep football game tonight. Kind of depends on your exact location with the steadier rains to our south and east. But we'll see another surge of moisture overnight, so we're all going to get back into periods of rain after midnight. Current temperatures low to mid 40s for most, some upper 40s down to the south, so much chillier than this time last evening. Prep football forecast for tonight: scattered showers and cooler, north wind at 5 to 15, kind of steady temperatures in the lower to middle 40s. And again, your rain chances really hinge on exactly where the game is being played. Scattered showers this evening, again highest to the south and east. Steadier rain returns over midnight, isolated thunder as well, I should say after midnight. Again, lows around 43 degrees. Tomorrow, periods of rain and windy, a high of only 49 degrees. Drier Sunday and more seasonable with highs around 55. We'll talk about how much more rain to expect overnight and into tomorrow with my 8-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks very much, Bill. Police are investigating after officers found a body in Cameron Park in downtown La Crosse. News 8 Now's Dua Israr was at Cameron Park with what we know so far.
Early this morning, La Crosse police officers responded to a welfare check. A deceased female was found in Cameron Park.
Police say there are no safety concerns, but as you can see, this is a high traffic area. Right behind me are apartments. There is a school right there, and down the street is downtown Main Street, and across from where the body was actually found is a grocery store. So as you can see, members of La Crosse's community frequent this street very often.
The school district of La Crosse's Polytechnic School is 1 block away from where the dead body was found. Superintendent Aaron Engel told News 8 in a statement the district is working with the police department and will utilize our safety plans and respond with the advice of law enforcement to ensure students and staff are safe. Community members say they're concerned more incidents like this will occur.
I won't say that it hasn't been ever reported in the past that fatalities have occurred in that area, but we want to do our best to stay safe. Safety first.
Last year, 1 unsheltered person died at Houska Park. On Monday, Houska Park's campground permit expired. This year, no hotel vouchers were given to individuals.
If they're able to be off the streets or the park or whatever, I think that would help mitigate some problems.
The city's homeless service coordinator, Brian Sampson, previously told News 8 people should expect to see an increase of unsheltered people in public and private spaces. In the meantime, community members say this death is a reminder that a solution for La Crosse's homeless crisis is necessary.
This is just a little bit shaky to hear. Yeah, it's really sad, but I mean, I think more people should know about these things because it is important that people are aware of what's going on in their community.
Police have confirmed that the woman visited the park frequently, and they say that this is an ongoing investigation. Reporting in Cameron Park, Dua Israr, News 8 Now.
All right, thanks very much, Dua. And as she mentioned, this is a developing story. So as always, we will have more updates as they become available. And for all the latest local news, you can download our free News 8000 app on your smartphone or your tablet. Wisconsin Democrats are calling on a big-name ally to rally supporters to the polls. And our very own Amy DuPont reports from UW-La Crosse, where Senator Bernie Sanders is on the campaign trail.
Senator Bernie Sanders knows a thing or two about close races. In 1981, he won his race for mayor by just 10 votes. And the senator also knows a thing about how important winning the young vote is. In 2016, when he was running for president, Sanders won 23 primaries and caucuses, and that is with the help of young voters, and that is why he's here at the UW-La Crosse. Senator Sanders is meeting with college students at 3 Wisconsin campuses today, urging them to vote for Democrats on Election Day. Senator Sanders believes this is the most consequential midterm in modern history, and Wisconsin will play a pivotal role.
The younger generation is the generation most impacted by what happens right now. They want to raise kids on a planet that is healthy and habitable, not one ravaged by climate change. They want to go out and earn decent wages and not have a lower standard of living than their parents. They want an economy that works for everybody, not just billionaires.
Senator Sanders encouraged the folks here to go vote and to bring two friends with them. The races in Wisconsin, especially for governor and Senate, are very close, in some places too close to call, and Democrats will need those votes from young people to put them across the finish line. Reporting at UW La Crosse, Amy DuPont, News 8 Now.
Thanks very much, Amy. And Sanders will speak to students in Madison tonight and Oshkosh tomorrow. It's part of his 8-state, 19-stop tour leading up to Election Day on Tuesday. The Democratic senator from Wisconsin is also getting the word out about Election Day. Senator Tammy Baldwin spoke with us today about what to expect this election. She says Wisconsin, as a swing state, consistently has tight races, but so much is at stake this year. Baldwin believes every Wisconsinite, no matter their political knowledge, should hit the polls.
It's easy to vote. You can vote early. And so we're just spreading the word, especially among folks who maybe just turned 18 or 19. This is their first election. They need to register.
Now, early voting in La Crosse ended at 5 today, but of course you can still vote at your polling place from 8 in the morning till 8 on Tuesday night. Two Republican candidates on the ballot responded to Senators Sanders and Baldwin. Derek Van Orden said Sanders, Baldwin, and his opponent, Brad Pfaff, for the 3rd Congressional District, have called for, quote, radical left policies and socialist spending that make it hard for our families to buy gas and groceries. Senator Ron Johnson, who is running for re-election, had a similar response. He said a vote for his challenger, Democrat Mandela Barnes, is just another vote for Bernie Sanders' socialist agenda that increases inflation and reckless spending, raises taxes, and makes our communities less safe by defunding police. We will post both candidates' full statements on our website, news8000.com. A former top elections official in Milwaukee is charged with felony misconduct in office. Prosecutors allege Kimberly Zapata sent fake military ballots to a Republican legislator who had advanced election fraud conspiracy theories. Zapata told investigators she did it because she wanted to expose vulnerabilities in elections. She's also charged with 3 misdemeanor counts of election fraud. She faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted on all 4 counts. Wisconsin's chief election official says Zapata's alleged actions violated election law and undermined the public's trust. Megan Wolf says she recognizes the now former official's decision does damage to public confidence in the election, but she adds the election system is designed to swiftly catch attempts to cheat elections. Wolf says Zapata's alleged stunt does nothing but waste valuable time.
These stunts do not impact the integrity of the election. They do not exploit vulnerabilities. They are caught. But they do cost local election officials valuable time we should all agree is better spent preparing for the election.
Now, Wolf says this year a record 10% random sampling of the reporting units across the state will be undergoing a post-election audit. That's when poll workers will publicly hand count the ballots to compare the totals to the voting equipment to ensure their accuracy. The WEC is confident the election is safe and secure. Still ahead tonight, La Crosse area students are rallying to end hunger. The 7th annual iFeed happens this weekend. And later, many call it the winter blues. Health experts say there are ways to battle seasonal affective disorder.
Wisconsin, are we better off under Tony Evers? Our cost of living has skyrocketed. Evers has proposed painful tax increases and tried to raise the gas tax by 20%. Wisconsin is also less safe because Evers' parole board released hundreds of murderers and rapists early. Victims' families weren't even notified, and many of those criminals committed crimes again. Wisconsin, Tony Evers has failed. It's time for him to go.
As governor, I'll always try to do the right thing. I've worked with both parties to find middle ground to improve and invest in our public schools, cut income taxes, and put our state on solid financial footing. But here's what I won't do. I won't cut public school funding. I won't stop trying to find good ideas from both parties. And I'll never allow radical politicians to make decisions about abortion. That should be left to women and their doctors. I'm Tony Evers, and I'm asking for your vote.
Honor to the soldier and sailor everywhere who bravely bears his country's cause.
For the service you have done in this great struggle, I present you sincere thanks for myself and for the country.
And we remember those who were prepared to make that sacrifice if it were demanded of them in the line of duty.
For upon the outcome depends the freedom of your lives.
The Cooley region has been good to me and my family, and I wanted to give something back. That's why I ran for the state assembly. And I've tried to do good things in Madison for the people of western Wisconsin. Wisconsin is facing a lot of problems today, and we need people who understand how things work. Right now, Wisconsin has a $5 billion surplus. With that surplus, we need to cut taxes. We need to fix our roads, and we need to fund our schools, and we need to do that now.
Visit Menards Lighting Showroom for the latest styles and trends in stock. Take the guesswork out of finding matching lights and give your home a coordinated look throughout with the Samuel Collection. Save 11% on all Patriot lighting. Control that new lighting with Lutron LED Plus dimmers. Easy to install and adds over 250 different lighting levels to customize your needs. Change the lighting in your room and make a statement with Lutron dimmers. Now 11% off here at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Career politician Steve Doyle loves touting his record. Let's review it. When La Crosse County residents needed tax relief, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County needed road repair funding, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County parents wanted more support for schools and input on their kids' education, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County needed violent criminals locked up, Doyle voted no. Steve Doyle's real record: rising costs, rising crime, abandoning us when we needed him most.
Students from area schools have been busy preparing for the 7th annual iFeed. It's an event to alleviate hunger in our area and across the globe. Tomorrow, 25 teams of community members and students will package over 80,000 rice and soy meals. And while these teams are busy at work, students will help collect goods from a food drive. If you're interested in joining the fight against hunger, food drive will be open 8 to noon tomorrow at Logan High School. Crucifixion School in La Crescent is gearing up for its 44th annual roast beef dinner tomorrow. People of all ages can enjoy freshly baked pies and, of course, roast beef. Organizers expect over 1,000 guests. Proceeds for the dinner will support the school, and organizers say the dinner is definitely a community effort.
There's a lot of preparation that goes into the roast beef dinner. We rely heavily on volunteers, as you can see in the background, to make this successful.
So the dinner begins at 3:30 with both dine-in and takeout options. We'll have more details on our website, including ticket prices at news8000.com. Up next, handling the time change. Falling back may feel like getting an extra hour of sleep, but the switch up can actually still throw you off.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. A damp evening in progress, and we're going to see more rain overnight and into tomorrow. I'll have the details after the break.
The governor's basic responsibility is to keep us safe, strong, and thriving.
We all know that's not happening.
Tim Michels, a new direction for Wisconsin.
This election is about what a governor's gonna do. I'm gonna put more money in the pockets of the hardworking families of Wisconsin. We're gonna have safer communities, and we're gonna have better schools. That's what I'm gonna do as your governor.
I'm Tim Michels. If you're ready for a new direction, hop in.
Tim Michels for governor.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we've helped hunters gear up for deer season for over 67 years. So when it's time to head out on your upcoming hunt, we have what you need, all at fair and honest prices. Like 10 packs of Grabber hand warmers, just $5.99. Game Hide camo hoodies are on sale, $29.99. While you're in for hunting gear, get this Schumacher multi-amp battery charger, only $69.99. And load up ATVs with Laren loading ramps and ramp kits, 20% off.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Under Tony Evers and Joe Biden, it's been bad, but it's gonna get much worse because winter is coming. That's right. Reports say natural gas heating bills are going up by 28%. Inflation has already caused pain at the pump, grocery checkout, on rent. But this fall, there's still time to stop the winter pain by voting no on Tony Evers before he makes it even worse, if that's possible.
Gary knows golf.
You need to have good balance, good support.
Where to find that support?
2 words, The Good Feet Store. How many words is that?
Swing by for your free arch support fitting.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
All units, all units. Reports of an abortion at Central Hospital. Officers needed to detain doctor.
If Ron Johnson has his way, he wouldn't just ban abortions. Doctors could go to jail for it. And Johnson's tried for over a decade. He even co-sponsored a bill with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And said if women don't like an abortion ban, they can just move. But it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The days are getting shorter and the temperatures are dropping. Health experts say many start feeling down because of seasonal affective disorder. Symptoms include feeling more tired or sad, wanting to isolate and stay away from friends and family, and either undereating or overeating. Gunderson Health System mental health experts say even if you felt like this in the past, it's still a good idea to try to slow the symptoms before they start.
The important thing is that we don't have to feel down and depressed and kind of like we want to withdraw, we want to retreat. Some folks might just be kind of used to that, but they don't have to experience that.
So if you feel like you have symptoms as the season changes, Harris recommends getting in touch with your primary care provider and building a game plan to handle the darker months of the year. She also recommends making sure you get as much sunlight and fresh air as possible and to keep fresh foods in your diet. A boost we can all count on this weekend, the end of daylight savings time. Sunday, we fall back an hour to gain an hour of sleep. But sleep experts say even this time change can still throw us off a little bit. So they suggest making some changes now to ease your body into it, like adjusting your sleep and wake times by 15 or 20 minutes a day. Limiting caffeine and alcohol before bed can also make the transition easier. Well, in the world of weather, Bill, you said we were kind of being headed for some rainfall. We were kind of due for some rainfall, and boy, did it come today.
That it did, and we're only about halfway done with this system as well. Now, over the past 24 hours, so last night and today, many areas in the green shaded spots, half an inch to an inch, even some isolated higher totals than that, and then lighter totals to the north and west. But we did have some thunderstorm activity farther north and west, and that's why you see those green stripes closer to the Twin Cities. But some specific totals for you. Again, these are growing as we speak, as rain continues to fall in many spots. Over 6/10 out at the La Crosse Airport, close to that in Prairie du Chien, over half an inch in Sparta, 4/10 in Black River Falls and Winona, and less than 1/10 of an inch in Eau Claire. So now most of the persistent rain is south and or east of La Crosse. So keep that in mind if you're heading to a prep football game. The exact location where it's being played will be highly dependent on how wet you're going to get in terms of south and east. Better chance of getting wet compared to north and west. Now, additional rainfall through tomorrow evening. Again, maybe another half an inch to an inch near La Crosse. Lighter totals to the north and west. Heavier totals again south and east. And again, this is on top of what has already fallen. Now, currently just some light rain and drizzle in downtown La Crosse. Our high today this evening, 68 degrees, but that was before sunrise. That's still well above average, 52. But then that cold front came through. We spent most of the day in the 40s, and again 0.61 inches of rain, so we're now above average for the month of November, but still about 6 inches below average for the year. 43 degrees out at the airport, cloudy sky, feels like 38. For you folks in Eau Claire, 42 degrees, also a wind chill of 38. So very well-defined cold front continues to be seen there. 43 in Kansas City, 30 plus degrees warmer over in St. Louis, but we are now on the colder side of the front. Temperatures range from the upper 30s to low to mid 40s. A good 20 to 27 degrees colder right now compared to this time last evening. So what a change. Winds out of the north at 5 to 15, even causing some wind chills in the 30s. So this area of low pressure, another one's going to ride along this front, which is kind of stalling out. So that's going to bring another round of moisture overnight, after midnight, and into tomorrow. You can see that rain starts to spread back to the north. Now this evening, the higher chance of south and east. But again, after midnight into tomorrow morning, More periods of rain, isolated thunder, and then as that low spins right over the area, still some off and on rain showers into tomorrow afternoon before things finally start to dry out tomorrow night and into the day on Sunday. Now temperatures tomorrow still on the chilly side, highs only in the mid to upper 40s across the county, and then down to the south, generally upper 40s, maybe some 50-degree readings south and east, and a little bit chillier to the north and to the west. In fact, highs in those areas probably only in the lower to middle 40s, so quite a change from the recent mild stretch that we've enjoyed. 42 tonight, scattered showers this evening, and then a steadier rain region-wide after midnight. 49 tomorrow, periods of rain, isolated thunder. Rather windy tomorrow as well, especially over southeastern parts of the state. 55 on Sunday. Again, there's the end of daylight saving time early Sunday morning, so we get that extra hour of sleep. 50 on Monday. Small chance for shower on Election Day, 54. Little surge of milder air midweek, highs back in the 60s, but then another system brings a chance of rain on Thursday, and cold enough air that maybe some snowflakes mixing in on Friday. And look at next Saturday's high, only 39 degrees.
Oh boy.
What the grawl is up with that?
Hey. Can we trademark that? Let's get that on the books. All right, thanks, Bill.
Okay.
Coming up next in sports, out for redemption. Waniwak Center volleyball back at state for a second straight season and facing a familiar foe. Rob has the highlights next.
Whether it's windows or doors, siding or sunrooms, baths or kitchens, we've got you covered with our on-staff installers, plumbers, and electricians. Don't lose sleep trying to coordinate it all yourself. We're here to take the pain out of your next remodel. Call or visit today.
He pushed tax loopholes, benefiting himself. Send him back, and he'll make things worse. Ron Johnson would let Wisconsin ban abortion, even in cases of rape, and said if you don't like it, you can move. He voted to raise the retirement age and wants to end guaranteed spending on the Social Security you earned.
Social Security is a legal Ponzi scheme, but that's exactly what it is.
Ron Johnson, still making it harder on us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
The Treehouse, treasures from the heart.
The Treehouse Gift and Home on Alaska, treasures from the heart. Browse our large selection of unique Christmas gifts and decorations, some handcrafted gifts by local artists from right here in the Coulee region. The Treehouse Holiday Open House, November 3rd through the 5th, featuring personalized local artist ornaments and gifts, new rotating tree bases, and a free snowman hot cocoa with a $40 purchase.
This is fentanyl, so dangerous that one pill kills. They make it in China, smuggle it through Mexico. Across our border that Joe Biden surrendered to cartels and gangs. Brad Path backs Biden's open border agenda 100%. Fentanyl killed 1,200 people last year in Wisconsin alone. Now every town is a border town. Path won't stop the drugs, so we have to stop Brad Path.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor. Like really rich.
So rich. Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
For the second straight season, the Waniwak Center volleyball team was front and center at the state tournament. In the warm-ups, the Wolves wearing shirts that said, "We're back," and they were looking for redemption this morning against the same team that eliminated them last year, McDonald Catholic. Let's head to Green Bay. Semifinal rematch from last season. Waniwak Center taking on the defending champs. Let's pick it up in the first. Wolves down 4, but Kelsey Justman skies high for the kill. That gets them one closer. It's 11-8, but the Macs strike back, and they pull away. That's Elena Crawford there. One of her 5 kills on the day. McDonald takes the first set, 25-18. Second set, more of the same. Macs still in control. This point from Anna Thaler puts McDonald Catholic up 2-0, 25-13 in the second. Let's go to set 3 now. Wolves not going down without a fight. Emma Mildbrand drops one inside the line. We're tied early in the third. Max would gain some separation, but Waniwak continuing to battle. Again, it's Justman, the Max, with no answer for the junior. And how about this moment for the freshman? Heidi Baker getting a taste of the state tournament. That was one of her 2 kills on the day. Later in the set, Wolves will just not go away. It's Justman leading the charge. She had a game-high 20 kills, 24-20, but the run comes to an end right here. The Wolves can't get the return, and McDonald Catholic is headed back to the state championship game. Macs get the sweep. Wolves gave it everything they had to the match. The juniors on the squad not hanging in their heads. Instead, they're already looking forward to 2023.
I think that by having these state runs and has such a good freshman year, even though we didn't make it here, we kind of built like a winning culture compared to what the years were before. And I think that's really helped with the new girls' confidence coming in. And we have so many returners next year that I'm very, very hopeful for what we can do.
Our seniors are a big part of our game, but it's exciting that we're only losing 3 because we have so many talented girls that are coming back. And I think that the beginning of our seasons always show that it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. And I'm just really excited for what the future holds.
Tough end to the season, but a great one for the Wolves. A Scenic Bluffs championship, a second straight state tournament appearance. And, I mean, you saw them last year. They were super talented, and it's good to see that they're excited about the next year. You know, 2 juniors at the podium there with nothing but, you know, high hopes for what the future holds.
For sure. I mean, Kelsey Justman, her mom, when she was in high school at Waniwak Center, won a conference championship in 1992. So it's quite the culture that they've amassed. Jalen Stowe had 1,000 career assists as a setter as a sophomore. And, of course, I think we're looking at 2,000 career assists by the time her high school career is over.
So I can't wait.
The core is still intact.
It's there, yep. And
we'll
they're positive. That's a good thing to see.
All right. Thanks, Rob.
You got it.
We'll be right back.
You've heard what women say about working at Tim Michaels' company, that they were groped.
A male superior groped the crotch and inner thigh of a female employee.
And pressured to have sex with their bosses. And now we know more. According to an attorney involved in the case, when the only woman on a Michaels road crew was sexually harassed on the job, the company did not take it seriously. From the top down. From the top down. If that's how Tim Michaels runs his company, how do you think he'd run the state?
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
We have a pretty big choice to make in this election, and it's about whether women get to keep their right to choose. I'm pro-choice. Always have been, always will be. Derek Van Orden wants to ban abortion, with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the mother. He'll do anything to take away your right to choose. I'll do anything to protect it. That's the choice in this election. And now, it's up to you. I'm Brad Paff, and I approve this message.
I'm Dave Estenson, and I'm running for state senate because our current guy is part of the problem. He wrote the state mask mandate. I fought it and won. He's a big spender. I'm fiscally conservative. He's soft on crime. I have 12 years of experience in law enforcement. Sometimes the choice is just that clear, and I know my neighbors will make the right one. I'm Dave Estenson, and I appreciate your vote.
Again, best rain chances this evening south and east of La Crosse. Steady temps overnight in the low to mid 40s, but another surge of moisture brings periods of rain after midnight into tomorrow. 49 tomorrow, 55 and dry on Sunday.
Thanks, Bill, and thank you for joining us tonight at 6.